Welcome to Pseudo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. So today we're going to make a quick balloon garland to put at the front of the furniture store because we have an event there today. So we just need something to give a little color pop for people to be attracted from the street. It's gonna be outside the building. So I'm going to inflate a few balloons, see what I can get done as soon as possible so I can rush home to take the kids to school. I know I just got off work, but I need to get this done quick and rush home. So let's get started.
All right, the first thing we are going to do is get all our supplies. That's my balloon bag or my balloon supply bag. I'm pulling out my rubber bands, my pump, everything I'm going to use, and of course we need balloons. So now I'm trying to find the color that matches the logo for Homeville so that we can get it inflated and work right for us. We have these bins with the foil balloons. I'm pulling out some starburst balloons. I end up not using these, but it would have been a great addition to the design, but it turns out just fine. So I'm going to teach you how to do an organic balloon garland, a quick one. This is, I guess, would be considered a grab and go balloon garland, if you will. So I'm starting out with this beautiful blue shade. This is the navy, I believe, in Tuftex. So I'm inflating pairs of the 17 and the 11-inch balloons. When I inflate these, I compress them, let air out so that the balloon is not oval but is round. So I'm trying to create two clusters, which is going to be 12 balloons in each color. That's the plan here. So once I have all the blue pairs inflated, so I have 6 pairs of balloons, because when I do my clusters, they are a cluster of 6 balloons, and that's how I build my garland. That's just me. Different people have different thoughts, but that's what I like. So then we move on to this beautiful orange color. It's a standard orange. It just looks more vibrant on the screen, which I love. Now once we're done with our orange, see, it doesn't take that long. I actually recorded all this. I believe I was here for about 30 minutes or 40 minutes to do everything, and you see me install the balloon garland as well. Now we're going to move on to some black. The logo has some black on it. I'm just working on inflating it the same way that I did the blue and the orange, trying to get that rounded look. Of course, all the colors are going to have 2 clusters for each one. That way I can build onto the garland. I did not measure the space that we're going to hang this balloon garland. I'm just assuming that with me using, see how the balloon pops here, it never gets old for me. But it pops right in my face and I jump. But they don't pop very often, but when they do, it catches you off guard. Anyway, moving back with this, I did not measure the space, but I'm hoping that since I'm adding 17-inch balloons to every single duplet meaning the 2 balloons I'm tying together, it's gonna give me a thicker balloon garland. Now the building is a big building, which means we need a bigger garland for it to really stand out from the street. So that's my goal here. Now using this blush balloon, it's called Blush by Tuftex, but it's like a pale yellow color. I don't know why they named it blush, but I'm using that now to create my last color so that I can break things up a little bit. Of course, the blush is not in the logo, but I figured it would look nice with these other 3 colors. Now that we are done, we're putting away our 18 and 11-inch balloons, and we'll later inflate our 5-inch balloons, and I'll show you how to assemble them. So now we're creating our clusters by just twisting the pairs together and adding the 3rd pair to create 6 balloons. Once we're done creating our clusters, we are going to now use the necks, which are the extension of the balloons on the inside of the cluster, to tie everything together. I believe I will show you how they're tied together here pretty shortly. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any tutorials, and make sure you check out all our other videos because I have several tutorials that show you how I design these balloons. So here I am tying 2 necks I pulled from each side. A lot of the times I'm pulling the neck that's the stretchiest, that's the knot right there. So I just double knot it and that holds everything in place. A lot of the times I'm pulling the neck that is the stretchiest, which is my 11-inch balloon, because by the time I tie all this, the 18 inches are not as stretchy and they're pretty thick, so it's easier to pull the 11 inches. Once I have all the pairs of clusters combined, the 12 balloons each in each color, then we are going to straighten everything out and we're going to go ahead and inflate our filler balloons. So that's our garland right there. Changing my nozzle on the pump so that we can inflate all the 5-inch balloons. Now I'm just gonna inflate the colors together as well, because we're creating a color block of a garland, and because my garland is so thick, I'm not creating small filler balloons. So I'm making sure that they're slightly bigger than I usually would so that it fills in well and they don't get swallowed by the huge garland. So once that is done, I'm just creating these filler balloons, 2 in each color. We don't need too much. Of course, we're pressed for time as well, but this will turn out just fine. Once all the colors are represented, then I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to put the balloon on that backdrop. So I really like this shade of blue. Tell me what you think. If you missed the video on how I organize the shelves in the back, I'm sure someone might ask me in the comments. Just check my videos and you'll see how I do that. For each of these filler balloons, I'm putting rubber bands in the middle so that I can use that to attach it to the garland itself. That's my favorite method. It's just faster for me. So you can use a balloon, you can use a rubber band, or you can use some 260Q, or you can use a string, or you can just tie the necks, whichever way you prefer. So this is our garland. I'm going to show you how to attach the filler balloon. Let's do the orange. So you want to put your rubber band, then you're going to move all your ends to one side, same odd side. So you're going to put your ends on one side so that when you put it, you're going to open and put that Let's go set up out there. I did forget to tell you that when you use the rubber band, it only fits well with the 11-inch balloon. So you want to make sure if you're going to put the filler balloons around the bigger ones, you want to use your 260Q, and I have that on my channel, so check out other videos for that. I'm now tying the 260Q balloons to each spot. I thought I was going to have to use the command hooks on here, but I realized that piece, the overhead door thing, has leverage for me to hang the balloons. And of course I want it centered, so I'm starting in the middle, and I know that my balloons are even because I put the same number of clusters. So the center point will be between that blue and the orange, so that's why I start hanging. Then whatever I have left I can work with and just put it so it's nice and centered, because I did not want to go back to inflate all the balloons or more balloons to add to each end. So here I am pulling that 260Q. Another thing you want to keep in mind when you are trying to attach the balloon to a backdrop, you want to make sure you pull the 260Q so that it really stays. And Oklahoma is so windy, we want to make sure it stays in place. Now I'm putting the rest of the filler balloons. You see me do that here. While I have the ladder on this side, I figured I would just put them on so that I don't have to keep moving the ladder back and forth. So we're adding the orange now. Again, you can see I'm only putting the filler balloons on the 11-inch balloons because the rubber band will snap if you try to put it around the bigger balloons. Either that or it's gonna pop your balloon. But for the most part, it will just snap the rubber band. So again, attaching this side as well. So we're attaching this garland at 3 different points. We're nearly done with our install. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate the support from you guys, and I love all the comments below. Trying to plan for other videos to come, but we do have classes coming up, and I'll announce that this week. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is pretty much it as we add the filler balloons, and I'll show you a picture here once we're done. It turned out great. Didn't last very long, but lasted long enough for the event, and the next day most of the balloons had popped. So it was a good see how the size was perfect for the building. So thank you again. We have to go. I can't put the starburst, but it looks good. I think if I don't come back, that should be good. All right.